Hello YouTube, Dan's back at you, and I'm coming at you with another review. I just got this pistol in today and had a chance to go and take it to the range, and I wanted to go ahead and share it with you. It is a Colt 1991, and it is in the beautiful, beautiful Colt blue. I did a 1911 review with my Colt 1911 stainless steel Series 80 Mark IV, so this isn't going to be very long because it's essentially the same pistol, except I got tired of the stainless steel, so I wanted something a little different, so I went ahead and got a blue one. This was $8.95 on Gunbroker, which was pretty good deal. It was the cheapest that was going on there right now. So I went out, took it out, shot it. So I wanted to go ahead and do a quick review. I would have taken some video at the range, but you don't really want to see a fat guy shooting, so oh well. If you do, then you might want to seek psychological help. Anyway, this 1911 is kind of a standard government model. As you can see, it says right there, Colt's 45 government model automatic. I really like that engraving right there. It has kind of that old classic feel. It doesn't have the big Mark IV lettering on there. This is a new roll mark 1991. The old roll mark had 1991 in big letters, and it also wasn't this blue color. It was sort of a matte GI finish. This one's kind of a hybrid. It's got the matte on the top and down here by the barrel and in the front of the grip, and everything else is the mirror blue finish, which is absolutely just gorgeous. But this does have some key features that I want to talk about, and it's the same features that I always talk about that is necessary for a 1911 to run perfectly well and to not have a hiccup. As much as St. Browning knew what he was doing when he created this glorious gun, there have been improvements over the years. You know, you've got a lowered ejection port right here, and it's a little flared. It's not as low as a lot of the 1911s today. They might go even further down, but this one's still lowered enough, and that's a plus. The other thing inside is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I might have to disassemble it. It's a throated barrel. And this one's actually really interesting. I'll go ahead and disassemble it real quick and show it to you, because this is a different throated barrel than I've seen on a lot of 1911s, including like Springfield TRPs and Kimbers. This one is a bit different. So we'll go ahead and take this apart, show you real quick. Also, interesting, there's a little lip, as you can see. You might be able to see it right there, that the recoil spring actually screws into the stop there, so that's kind of interesting. I don't really know what the purpose of that is, but I guess just to keep it secure, maybe so that, oh, you know what I bet it's for? I bet it's so that this thing does not go shooting off into your house and hitting the ceiling when you're taking the gun apart. That's probably exactly what it's for. And if you've never owned a 1911, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's see if the camera will focus here, but I don't know if it's going to. But you can kind of see that there's almost like another lip there. Like it resembles like an M4 feed ramp in an AR-15. And I assume it's just to facilitate better feeding of hollow point ammunition. Because, I mean, really, ball ammo wouldn't really have a problem. But it's a really interesting little feature, and I don't even remember seeing it on Colt's website or talking about it in general. So that's really interesting. We'll see how it holds up, reliability-wise. Speaking of reliability, as I reassemble this 1911, there were two issues while I was out shooting this. It did have a failure to go into like full battery twice. But I honestly think that's my fault. I was limp wristing a lot. It's been a few months since I went out and shot a full-size 1911, 45 caliber. It's been a bit, so I was being a pussy and limp wristed, and that's what happens. But other than that, after I kind of stepped back, take a breath, and went back in, shot fine, shot very accurately, and I'll show you how accurate in a second. I've got a little target here, and I can show you. I mean, I was popping holes in paper the size of a fist. That's how accurate this thing was doing. But as a note, I also want to just give you a quick guide here on how to properly put in this slide stop so you don't scratch that beautiful, beautiful frame. Because people in the 1911 world know that you'll get this little half-moon scratch right here. It's called the idiot mark. So what I do is I put it against the frame, and I just gently push up to get it past the little plunger. All right, you want to make sure you have the slide stop notch on the frame in there, and then you just push in. That's all it takes, folks. You just a little bit of effort up, not much, just enough to get it around this little spring plunger, and you push it in. And then you make sure that the slide stop's in the proper position by just pushing the slide forward. If it doesn't go anywhere, then you know you're good to go and you're in business. And we'll go ahead and put the guide spring on, and then we'll actually lock it into place. And there we go. So yeah, great little gun. Bought a brand new, first new Colt that I've ever had. I want to talk briefly about ammunition. Personally, what do I like to use for ammunition? For any serious self-defense ammunition, I really like the Hornady stuff. I don't have any N45, but the Hornady Critical Defense is excellent. It's got some great expansion. I've seen a bunch of YouTube demonstrations. I've seen Hornady do demonstrations, and it's a hollow point. It's got this little orange nubbin right there that helps facilitate equal expansion, especially through dense clothing or any other material that might actually clog up that hollow point. I highly recommend this stuff. If you can find it in 45, buy like a dozen boxes. It's great. It's awesome self-defense ammunition, but I can't find any. The other really good ammunition I like to use is Hornady TAP. At the FPD is also excellent, and it feeds very well in 1911s. The Hornady with the little orange nubbin in it feeds amazingly well. As a matter of fact, it feeds perfectly in my 1908 Colt 380, and that was long before hollow points were ever devised, and it runs just fine. What I'm using currently is almost the next best thing. It's the Hornady Zombies ZMAX ammo. Full disclosure, I'm a huge zombie fan. I love zombies. I have like over 40 movies with zombies in it, but that's not really why I bought this. I bought this because it's essentially the exact same round as the Critical Defense, except it has a green nubbin in it instead. So this is, I think this is 230 grain. Oh, and it's 185 grain ammunition, traveling at 1,000 feet per second. So you're looking at a pretty good pop here, and they do, I believe they also make it in 230 grain. If not, the Critical Defense comes in 230 grain, and it also comes in 185, I believe, plus P. The 1911 came with 2 Colt magazines, nice little blue 7-rounders, so that's really cool. I'll have to get a third one so that I can match, you know, Colt 45 auto right there on the bottom. Go ahead and briefly talk about accuracy. Yep, it's pretty damn accurate. This was 10 yards, no bench, and 2 shots right there. I don't know if you've ever tried to shoot at a playing card at 10 yards, but it pretty much takes up the entire front sight post. Incredibly accurate little gun. Highly recommend it. Beautiful, beautiful. Also, one thing I wanted to add was the trigger. It's much larger than any other 1911s I've had, and I really thought I wasn't going to like it. Most of mine are the 1911s I've owned have the small, like, little crescent moon sort of trigger. This one's got almost a half moon trigger, and I really like it. I didn't think it was going to be good, but I don't mind it at all. And, you know, I still really love these 3-dot sights. You know, a lot of people really want the Novaks or maybe some fiber optics, but I really like these sights. They're very good for quick acquisition. But that's about it. Great gun. Really like it. Hopefully I'll be able to put a couple thousand rounds through this, maybe do another review after 1,000 rounds, and we'll see how it goes. Put about 150 today. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and release another video. I got a couple more subscribers this week, which is really awesome. I want to thank you guys for that. I'm going to release a video next week on how you can practice in your own home self-defense situations while actually shooting targets. What? Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and show you that next week. Thanks, guys.